A desperate chase, a chance to try to do a little redemption, but of course, a lot of it was just for the hero's journey to get to this point. As Mayor Gator kind of revealed himself as the partial architect for the overthrow of Alexandria, and as that evidence is collected by Wild Rose, the NPC who only appeared once very early on in the story, had a little bit of what seemed like a history we could have worked on, and then just nothing happened with her until now, in which she had stolen the information that proved that Gator had betrayed Alexandria for the Coalition. And in a desperate attempt to get it back from her, Gator gave chase, but Elias chose on the side of right. He fought with Gator, took 2 pretty nasty shots to the chest, but in his own way also managed to delay Gator, shot him once, and then as they are both kind of these old men tussling in this like fallen dirt and the mud and the falling ash of Alexandria, Wild Rose managed to get away. And as the two of them stop to kind of reflect on what's going on behind them, we see the flames of Alexandria as the entire city is beginning to burn. And so we come in now, and we are going to start by seeing if our chaos factor goes up or down. It's going to go down, because how much more chaotic can it get? So it is now a 6. Let us test our scene. It's a 3, so it's going to be an interrupt. No, not an interrupt, altered scene. Let us see how it alters. My expectation is that the two of them here, old men, wounded that they are, they're going to try to see if maybe they can find some help. But this is going to be an altered scene, so let's see an action to see if that changes something. 4, agree, and 79, agree protection. So I'll ask a fake question here. Does this mean that they put down arms just long enough to try to go back to Alexandria? It's an 8 plus a 5. It's a 13. It's a yes. Gator comes over. The laser wound through his... through him is aching quite a bit. There's a whine and whir of metal. Old. Probably rusting a little bit. As he reaches out a bionic arm. He goes, well, all right then, you old coot. Come on. Well, let's get you on back now to Alexandria, whatever may be left of it. And he looks at it for a moment. And Elias is just kind of sitting there. His chest is pretty badly burned. He's wheezing. He can feel it. May not be too far from the end, but he also recognizes somebody trying to reach a hand out and help. And he looks at it and he goes, I mean, it's the least you can do, right? You put them in me. You can help someone heal them up. He goes, yeah, well, you know what they say. You can always find your friends on a battlefield, but it's even easier to find your enemies. Is that what they say? I've never heard that one before. Sound like some old saying? Is this just what you do? He goes, come on now, old man Thunder. We so old. Every saying we have is an old saying. He goes, yeah. Alright, come on. Oh. So he's going to have to make a vigor check. Which is at a -1 because he is elderly. -3 because of the fact that, combined with the fact that he's got wounds. And -1 because he is diseased. And he takes another point of fatigue. Now with the 1 and a 2. Actually, pennies are for spending, right? So it's a -4 on this roll total. Jesus. 6 blows up. Spend another penny. Last penny for tonight. Oh, damn. He begins to cough again. Well, fuck, Gator. You know, maybe this is a good place to rest. Because, old man, what the fuck are you thinking about resting? Come on, you gotta help me go sweep up the streets and get people back in line. I'm gonna need you. I'm gonna respect you. Glitter Boy by my side. It's the only way we're gonna have to push the coalition states out so I can look like a big damn hero. Oh, is that what's gonna happen? Look, Gator, you do have a quick mouth and a way with words. Or is it a big mouth and a lot of words? Whichever, but look, man, I'm sick. You got me sick. Whatever the fuck you did, whatever the coalition released, yeah, I may not make it. He goes, oh, it's some poppycock. You just fine in your armor. He goes, no, it was just monitoring. It doesn't actually keep me alive. Shit, I've probably got you sick. Nope. Can't. What do you mean can't? What, are you immune to it or something? He goes, yep. Fuck you, immune to it. Filtration system built right on into these lungs. See, when that good old Gator got so ornery that he bit down on my chest, he pierced to him. Yeah, no, filtration system reciprocates all that air right back into the system, filters it all out. Did you know that the coalition was going to release a biovirus into the town of Alexandria? Let's ask the fake question. Did he? Gator, you asshole. It's an exceptional yes. Sure enough. Oh, we got all them folks. They ain't from around here. Alexandria for Alexandrians, right? No, these folks, yeah, idea wasn't that they'd all die. You see, when the fucking wickety whacks up there at the coalition, they started coming around asking what it would take. I just said I didn't want the voodoo corner no more. You know, your good old friend, Miss Laveau, she caused me all sorts of problems. Baron, I'm a creepy fella. They've been playing with magics. They ain't just... No. Dead should stay dead. I figured a couple of them get sick. A few of them run off. Eventually the voodoo quarter starts emptying itself out when people realize it just ain't a good place for them. People are fucking dying, you asshole. I'm dying. Cobb could be dying. Lisette, all of them could be dying right now. All of them are dying. Do you see into that city right now? And there is like a flicker of light as another explosion goes off. And the sound of missile fire. Gator, you've killed Alexandria. The opposite of what you said you were going to do. You have killed all of them. And for what? Because you didn't like the way Madame Laveau used magic? No. It's not that I didn't like the way she used magic. It's I didn't like the magic. Any of it. It fucking grossed me out. People get a little arrogant. You know, you give them a little bit of power. Yeah. No, I can tell that. I'm going to ask a fake question here. Is this enough to piss off Old Man Thunder? 5 and a 5, it's double, so we're going to have a random event. But the answer there, it's 10 plus 1, which makes it 11. So the answer is both yes and. Let's see what the random event's going to be. Event focus table. 46. NPC positive. There's only one NPC out here. Let's see what the action is that makes it positive. 2. A company. And 42. A company idea. Does this mean he gets the attention of some coalition troops? Oh, yeah. Suddenly there is a squawk. A couple of the Samus power armor fly overhead. And Gator just kind of like, well, looks like cavalry might be here. Oh, excuse me. He raises his ion pistol high up into the air and goes to pull the trigger. And I'm going to... Let's see. So we said it was a yes. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to deal initiative. Or... Yeah, no. I'm not going to deal initiative. I am going to give... I'm going to give Elias an agility check. Because I think Elias here would try to shoot Gator in the back before he could get that signal off. So the first thing we're going to do is an agility of... He's up to a D12. -1 for being old. -2 for the fatigue, -2 for the wounds. So it is -5. He rolled a 1 and a 5. And now Gator does -1. Rolled snake eyes. Oh, shit. Does this mean... Do they fire at the same time? Yes, they do. I'm going to give him... All right. Here it is. Shooting roll. D8. +1. -5. Or -4. So this is technically a D8, a D6, -3. And if he hits a 4 or higher, he's going to shoot Gator in the back. 6 blows up. 6 blows up again. Okay. And now I'm going to give Gator a chance here. Does he get their attention? Oh, damn, he does. But that doesn't matter. Gets a shot with the raise. And you see, as we were watching, Gator stands forward. He just kind of raises his pistol high up in the sky. He goes, they'll get our attention now, won't they? And then Elias, laying down in the mud beside him, just goes, yeah, we sure will. So it's 4d6 damage. Let's see. Okay. That's 2 6s, 2 4s, so the 6s blow up. So that's 20 points already. 32. 37 plus 6 is 43. 44 points of damage in the back as he goes to raise this pistol that has a little counter on the side. Right now it says 15 in these glowing red neon lights. He goes, yep, I'm going to get their attention all right. And then the number just goes down. 14. And then Gator's sitting there looking down. And you fucking... Oh, why'd you go and do that for? And he begins to flop forward, but not before. As Elias is looking up, there's a bright spot in his vision in the sky. It's glowing almost like blue. And he realizes it's a after image of an ion pistol being fired up into the sky. The light still kind of etches, and his redness have taken on the impression. So, let's go to a new scene. Chaos factor of 6 stays. Rolled a 10, so it's as expected. So I'm going to ask a fake question here. We know that the power armor pilots have already seen him. Are they coming in? Oh, exceptional yes. Elias, seeing them begin to alight. Okay. All right, Elias. Let's see if we could talk our way out of it, huh? Damn, I could use Thunderchild right now. Or a drink. He goes to stand up. Wobbly legs. They begin to shift a little bit. And suddenly the power armors circle around. One of them comes down, and with a gust of wind, the wings fold in with just a metallic... The power armor steps forward. Another one is still circling around in the air. Goes, who are you? Elias Stone. I was trying to bring the mayor back. Something happened. I don't know. We saw a signal flare and a shot. Was that coming from you? I'm going to try to give him... Let's give our good old buddy Elias here a -4 persuasion, which is already a d6 -1. So this is a -5 on this roll. No, 6 blows up, but it's not quite enough. He goes, yeah, I found the mayor like this, and he was already face down. I try to use his pistol to get your attention. Oh. Are you sick, civilian? Just a little cough. And as the Samus pilot kind of turns and looks, give him a quick notice roll. He looks into the holster. I need you to present arms. Hands in the air. Put your pistol on the ground. Do it now! You know what? Fuck this. And Elias is going to go into some initiative with 2 Samus pilots. I do not anticipate this lasting long. Which means, I think, if he draws a Joker, then I'm going to let him just run with it as it is. Draws anything other than a Joker, this is going to be a blaze of glory. First card is an ace. And a 9. So he's going first, but he doesn't have a Joker. The Samus pilots get a 3. Okay. Elias, recognizing the futility of the situation, kind of looks like, you know what, you're right. I did drop my pistol. I'm going to give him a -5 agility roll to see if he can reach down and grab the only mega damage weapon that's here that could potentially hurt this armor, which is the ion pistol that the mayor dropped. 5 and a 3. He drops to the ground, tries to scrabble for it, sees that it's just not working. As he goes to reach for it, he pulls up short, and he sees the Samus power armor. This glossy black, almost insectile style, chitinous frame in this light, flickering orange, and he sees death in the eyes. He sees a skull-like helmet with the multiple protrusions and these long, almost like metallic braids hanging down its back. It reaches behind it, and there is this weapon, this railgun, long as a human being, single bore, wide enough that he could probably fit his arm into it, and a single laser scope underneath. The light turns on. Cease and desist. Let's see. I'll try to give Samus power armor intimidation roll. 6 blows up. That is a 7, and he's got to face it with spirit, which is -4. 6 blows up. So let's see. 4 with the 5. He looks at him and goes, "You first." Ha! Made you look. So next round of initiative. King, 4, and the Jack. Elias scrambles forward again and grabs the ion gun. He aims, multi-action penalty, so this is like a total of he gets +1, but -6, so it's -5 on the roll to see if he even hits this thing. Broadside, right in front. 6 blows up. 7, not enough. He fires. The thing just bats his arm away. There is a streaking, burning furrow of mud. And he just stops and he's like, "Fuck, man. Just do it. Just fucking end this, you coward." He goes, "Is that what you want?" No, I want to go back to my hovel. I want to live my quiet days, drinking chicory coffee, cheap cigars. I want to occasionally go and get drunk with Wild Rose. I want to go hunting. I want Cobb to know that he was loved. And that he's a good boy. And I wanted to do what was right for my fucking city. The only thing you'll do now, citizen, is perish for your city. And D8 for the shooting roll, which is a 7. I'm not going to roll for damage. Alexandria continues to burn for weeks. There is continuous riots pressing against the coalition states. Those who can resist do for as long as they possibly can. Even with the undead uprising, with using the diseased bodies as best as they can, using truly arcane and horrific magics. Eventually, though, the city becomes quiet. There are moments where just nobody wants to come out of their house. Days where the only only movements are the troops moving through the town as small buildings begin to collapse. And of course, Alexandria slowly becomes a larger term, coalition base. The people who did live there either begin wearing red armbands or they just disappear. On the outskirts, watching from the side of a drier hilltop, there's a group of Simvan. Their bestial form kind of belying the much more noble nature of who they are. There's an older woman. Her hair, long braids that go all the way down, well past her knees. They click with bones that have been woven into the ends of it, almost sounding a little bit like a xylophone chime on occasion. And she watches the town. There is nothing we can do for them. If we continue north, we end up in the domains of man. If we continue east, we end up in the domains of monsters. There is but one choice. We brave our way west. We get out to the domains of man, away from the rewards, and we find open plains and sky. Mother, that is cowardice. We should not be leaving our lands. No. These are not our lands. The spirits are gone. All that remains here is skulls and death. We must remember the vision. The Devourer is coming. And if this is what mankind and those who remain on this planet do to it, then there is no hope for any of us. The most we can do is put them between the Devourer and us, and hope that one day our children will remember this. So I'll fully admit, it's always hard when a character in a story arc comes to an end. This one was kind of particularly dark towards the end. Didn't intend it that way. I actually kind of just wanted like a really fun film noir style mystery. But, you know, I tried different things. Played the way that the characters I saw would move forward. And obviously there's a lot of different stories that are kind of building up here. There's a background story that's occurring through all of them. Two background stories really, but something that I always kind of enjoy. I definitely enjoy, within the Rifts, the Palladium Rift storyline, both the Siege of Tolkien, as well as the kind of like, I don't even remember what they called it, the Horseman stories, the the Prophecy of Doom that was originally in Sourcebook 1 or Sourcebook 2, the Mechanoids, because it really lent into that there is huge stories that accompany this entire wide, beautiful, strange, scary planet. And yet, it really can only be handled by a handful of people at a time. And a little bit of this was, which characters am I developing that could be part of that storyline? Not a lot of them are making it that far. But then again, I didn't name this Happily Ever After Sigh. But something I do need right now is a little bit of a break. A little bit of a palate refresher. Just because, like, the way that story was breaking down, as much as I actually enjoyed the idea of the city of Alexandria more than I did building the city of Alexandria. And that's okay, right? Not everything is going to be a 200 episode arc. Sometimes characters and cities and whatever else just kind of die. But for a palette refresher, one thing that I did kind of touch on in a couple of games, though I went back to the Savage World settings, is the Palladium role-playing game. And it has a particular soft spot in my heart. I have played Palladium games, especially things like Rifts itself, since I was maybe 14. It was a great escape for a kid who was having a hard time, like, getting to know people. But some of the other games that are part of the Palladium intelligence, or of the IP, but aren't necessarily Rifts. One of the ones in particular that's making a bit of a comeback, there's a Kickstarter for it, was the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Other Strangeness game setting. And you know what? I am just of the type right now where for a nice little reset, I'm going to do a little maybe 6-7 episode arc. I'm going to roll up a brand new character using the old rules while I'm waiting for the new book to come in. I don't think there's much that's supposed to be issued new for rules, and especially for some of the tables. And if anything, the character will still be adaptable. But I'm going to step away from the Savage Rift setting as much as I love it. And then I'm going to just try using the Palladium rule set and the Mythic GME to see about kind of a weird-ass Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles adjacent mutated creature storyline. So I hope you continue joining me. I might take a week of hiatus just to kind of reset. Then I will do a session 0, and I don't know if there is interest. Maybe I will webcast me doing the session 0 of character creation for those who may be interested. If that is something you'd be interested in, drop me a note. You can hit me up at paul@mastodon.esquiretheduke.nohost.me, which is a really long-ass way to do it, or esquiretheduke@Blue Sky. But either way, if there's of any interest in there, send me a message, say hello. But otherwise, I will see you in the next game.